There you go. It's a G24 wireless connection doing pause, but it's
all right. So we are live streaming right now on Facebook from the Camping for Hunger bus at Royal Plaza Shopping Center. We're about to go live on the air for a special edition of Camping for Hunger Valley Today, Camping for Hunger style. We've got a stream of people that are going to be coming through in the next hour talking about Camping for Hunger and why they're taking part and why it's such a phenomenal thing to be able to give back and help your neighbors in your community. So we're going to start with Mr. Pat. We've got Janice Hart here from Liberty Tax. We've got Aiden Atwood, who's going to talk about a special donation that he made. And then we've got people like Doug Stanley coming from the county of Warren to make their donation. We just had the RSW jail come by with over 1,500 pounds of food that they have donated. They are also going the extra mile and are going to send us some help to unload this bus tomorrow when we take it over to where CCAP is going to store it as they restock their pantries. So thank you for watching along with us on Facebook. You're going to get to see a somewhat unique behind-the-scenes look at how we do things radio style when we are off-site from the radio station. So let me just at least get Mr. Pat to say hello to our Facebook audience.
Greetings, everybody.
And Janice.
Good morning.
Good morning. Aiden, you want to wave at everybody on Facebook? Thank you to my executive producer, Joe Woodall. This is a sign that we got to wrap it up because we're going on the air. Oh, and now we have 2 minutes, so we can see, you know, clearly my producer needs a clock.
Somebody else was in there. So much what I have to work with.
The bus is almost full. We are going to be here until 8:30 tomorrow morning when we will roll the bus out of here and deliver this stuff all to CCAP's big pantry so that they can then stock their smaller pantry that they have at 316 North Royal Avenue and keep our neighbors fed. Cash donations, checks are fantastic because the other great thing that CCAP does for our community, in addition to help feed, is they help people with their electric bills. They help put oil in the furnace. They help them cover other expenses that sometimes don't get covered because they're trying to put food on the table. So if you want to swing by and just give us $1, give us $10, $100, $1,000, we will take every single bit of it. We have raised, I believe, as of early yesterday afternoon, over $3,000 in monetary donations. We have had people that have come up to the bus and given us $3. We've had people that have come up to the bus and given us a check for $500. So every single dime, every single penny of it makes a huge difference in our community, and we're so grateful that everybody has really comes together this time of year to help fill this bus. The chance is, there's a very good chance now that RSW dropped off their donation, that Lonnie and Alex will be sleeping in the parking lot tonight. The goal is always to fill the bus so that there's no more room left for us to broadcast or sleep on it and us to be relegated to the parking lot. Ideally, we'd like that to happen by Wednesday or Thursday, but we are grateful if it happens by Friday, regardless of the situation.
Who you talking about?
I'm talking to Facebook people.
Oh, okay.
He's not used to live.
Yeah, look, now I'm watching me watch me on Facebook.
There's one viewer, and it's me.
Yay! Thank you for watching, Joe.
We're turning him into a TV star.
Yes.
Facebook star.
So this is a special edition. If you want to hear us on the radio, if you're getting ready to head out to go to your lunch break or anything else, tune in to the River 953 FM and you can listen to us live on the air. It's a brand new thing that we are doing here today. Special edition of the Valley Today, Camping for Hunger style. And look, we have a wonderful gentleman rolling up here with a cart full of food.
30 seconds.
All right, 30 seconds. We are going on the air.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Is all this going on the last?
Every single bit of it, yeah.
It always gets quiet right before we go live.
When I point to you, that means you go.
Oh, is that what that means? Because you point at me all the time. Hello and welcome to a very special, extra special edition of the Valley Today, Camping for Hunger style. We are coming to you for an extra hour today live from the Camping for Hunger bus at Royal Plaza Shopping Center. And today is our last day here. So if you've been putting it off all week and thinking, oh, I'm going to get there, you got to get here today because we pulled this bus out of here in the morning at 8:30 and you have lost your opportunity. Of course, we want you to still take them over to CCAP, but we want to get this bus full. We want Lonnie and Alex to have to sleep on the ground in the parking lot tonight, as terrible as that sounds.
Especially Alex.
Especially Alex. Yeah, we really want Alex to have to sleep in the parking lot. So the first thing that I want to talk to this morning is I've got Mr. Pat here. He is the executive director of CCAP Front Royal Warren County. Thank you, Mr. Pat. You guys have been great helping us help you.
Well, first off, good morning, everybody. But I would really love to thank the people from the River 95-3 for what they've done for CCAP this week. It has just been phenomenal. Sleeping in the cold nights here and eating junk food all week.
That's pretty much it.
They've just been great. You can't thank you all enough.
Absolutely. It is a labor of love. I can tell you that all of us have taken a turn sleeping on the bus and not a single one of us have complained because we understand the bigger picture and it's all about giving of yourself to be able to help somebody else.
God bless you for that.
So tell me, CCAP, give me a little bit of a background. What is it that you guys do? Tell me about your services.
We provide pretty much emergency services for people with the food, the clothing, some monetary donations. We help them with the heat, electric, sometimes some rent, emergency motel stays, sometimes.
So every kind of donation is helpful and is put to good use.
It's all acceptable, especially personal hygiene products is hard to get a lot of times. So.
We've been pushing that a little bit more this past week. Sparky's Electric came by on Tuesday night and he had already filled his van. He spends his own money and puts over $2,300 worth of donations in this van that included canned goods, paper towels, toilet paper, things like that. We had some great coverage on the news from WHAG Monday night that he saw and heard me say personal hygiene items, soap, shampoo, toothpaste, deodorant were very much needed. He ended up going back out and buying 3 more bins full of all of that stuff for you guys.
I saw that, a bin full of toothpaste and toothbrushes and soaps and shampoos. It was awesome.
All of that stuff comes in handy. Now, cash is always important because while the canned foods and things are great, there are always some gaps and some holes.
Well, the cash is what supplies the people with the electric help, fuel help. So that's why cash is so important.
Awesome. Well, for that, I'm going to use that as my segue into Janice Hart. Janice Hart is joining us. She is the marketing director for Liberty Tax and retired police department, retired Royal Plaza shopping center manager, and her long list of things that she has done. Now, Janice, you guys are going to do something for CCAP under the name of Camping for Hunger in a few weeks.
Yes. Actually, it's not a few weeks. It's next Saturday.
I don't want to think about the holiday.
I know. It means Thanksgiving will already be over. But Liberty Tax Service here in Royal Plaza, practically right behind us. We're going to try something new this year. We're going to have a promotion on Small Business Saturday, as it coincides, called It's a Wrap. And we are asking you to bring us your Christmas gifts, and we will wrap them for free. We have volunteers who are coming in to help with the wrapping. You can drop them off and continue to shop and come back and pick them up. We will be doing that on Saturday, November 26th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And what we've done, excuse me, is partner with the Camping for Hunger bus and WFTR, and we are, as we've already said this morning, Front Royal is such a generous community. It just, it puts tears in your eyes when you sit here and listen to all the stuff that people have done out of their own pocket.
Yes.
And so we want to continue in that vein and allow people to make a donation which will come to CCAP to further their good work and taking care of people right here in Front Royal.
Awesome.
That's what's so important to us. But we're looking forward to wrapping presents and just having fun. We'll have some refreshments for people as they wait. And just, take some of the stress out of your holiday.
Yeah, because the wrapping is always the crappy part. That's, the fun part sometimes is the shopping, and then all of the stuff you have to do after you have it is.
Yeah, but it's just, I love wrapping presents, so it's not a burden at all. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that we have a good experience.
Well,
we've never tried this before, but we wanted to do it for CCAP and with WFTR, and
awesome.
Just continue in the vein that we've got going here all week, because it's been a constant conflict
It really has.
It is
We have had a
amazing.
steady stream of people bringing all different types of stuff.
And it's wonderful.
Yes. Well, I thank you. I know you have always been a huge community steward. I appreciate all the work that you have done to help grow and build our community. Brian Williams with Liberty Tax, I know,
Brian
is
is awesome. He's awesome.
Lady Liberty herself came over yesterday
Yes, she
with a
did.
shopping cart full of canned items. So you guys are helping Camping for Hunger now, and you're going to help Camping for Hunger next Saturday.
So we continue.
Awesome. Well, thank you. I
You're so
appreciate you
welcome.
coming in and
You're so
making
welcome.
sure everybody gets out there on Shop Small Saturday, and then bring all your presents over and let you guys wrap till you can't wrap anymore.
All right. Have fun.
Awesome. Thank you. So I'm sure that excites you, huh, Mr.
It
Pat?
excites me, and thank you very much for CCAT.
You're very welcome.
Now we've got Aiden Atwood who's going to take the chair because you are an amazing kid. Let me just start off with that. So I understand that you had your own little project that you worked on all summer. So why don't you tell me what it is that you've been working on?
I had a vegetable stand over the summer, and I did it based off all the donations. And I decided to take 50% for CCAP and then 50% for me for college funds, and then CCAP could do whatever they wanted with it.
That is awesome. Now, did you grow the vegetables and take care of them all yourself?
Yeah, me and my dad did.
So a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into raising. What kind of vegetables did you have?
Onions, green beans, corn, tomatoes.
That is awesome. And where did you set up your fruit stand?
Just outside my door.
That is so great. And how much money did you raise?
600 for you.
No kidding. Good job for you. So that means there was a donation to CCAT?
Yeah, it was great. $325, and we were in shock when he came to our board meeting Monday. It was wonderful, just wonderful. It choked us all up.
Well, I know Mr. Pat came by the bus earlier this week and was telling me about this donation that you had made and how hard you had worked to grow the vegetables and then sell everything and what you were doing. First of all, I have to give a shout out to your parents because that is amazing that they are raising you to be so responsible and community oriented. I love that you're saving money for college because it's not going to be cheap, so good for you for thinking about your future. When Mr. Pat was telling me about it, he said he was going to ask you to come do this special show with us today, but that I was going to have to interview and talk to you because every time he thought about what you did, it choked him up and he didn't think he'd be able to say. So that's got to make you feel good. Are you excited? So are you going to do this again next year?
Yeah, I was planning
Are you going to plant a bigger garden next year so you can raise more money?
a little bit bigger.
Awesome. Well, good job for you. Thank you so much. And again, thank you to his parents because you guys who are off camera and off site have done a phenomenal job with him. Good job for you. So, Mr. Pat, talk to me a little bit about who you're helping with this money.
Who we're helping with this money is, it is just all types of people, single people, families. We also share some of this food with Salvation Army and the Senior Center. So we spread it out in the community to help.
And all of it stays right here. I know we've had a lot of people that have come up to the bus with bags of food and have asked specifically, is it staying here? And every bit of it stays right here in Front Royal, Warren County.
Exactly right. It does not leave.
Well, I'm going to have you turn your head just a hair because it looks like we've got a massive check presentation from the Front Royal Moose Lodge. So tell me what you guys are doing here.
Well, myself and the board officers from the Front Royal Moose Lodge got together. We wanted to present a check for CAT and CCAT for the Camping for Hunger in the amount of $500 from the Front Royal Moose Lodge.
That is fantastic.
Thank you very much.
So did you guys do a fundraiser or this was something you just allocated for out of your budget?
We allocated it out of our budget.
That is awesome. Is this the first year you've done it or have you done this on a regular
This
basis?
is like our third year. Third or fourth,
Fantastic. And we got to see your face. We're live on Facebook. We got to show people who...
Well, we didn't imagine we would be on radio or anything, so.
You'd be amazed how many people show up saying, "Oh, it's just radio. I don't have to dress." And then, as it turns out, we're videotaping something that day, and that's how it works out. So, why CCAP? What was it that made you decide this is where you wanted to put your donation?
Well, I was born and raised here in Warren County, and I kind of think that everybody should get in the spirit now that we're getting towards the holidays anyway, and it's just a thing to do. I mean, Mr. Pat's been a great person in the area. He's done a lot for this community, and we want to give back to him and his group.
Absolutely. Well, we truly appreciate you doing it, and extra special coming out to do it for us during this live hour. So, thank you guys so much. Now, Mr. Pat, what's this $500 going to do for you at CCAP?
Well, that's going to supply a lot of people with, like I said, propane, fuel oil, that sort of thing.
Now, how many people do you typically serve in a month?
We're averaging around 250 people right now.
And that's kind of sad. I mean, when a lot of us don't realize that there are probably family members or people that live right next door to us that are in need of your services, and we're just not aware of it.
The good news is it's declining a little bit.
Awesome.
Yeah, we don't know why, but it is, so that is a good thing.
That sounds fantastic. So people are coming in, and you're able to help them through donations like this.
Absolutely. If I remember correctly, last year the bus brought in 34,000 pounds of
I
food.
think it was somewhere in that bus. It's 30 something, yeah.
And normally a family will take out around 40 pounds visit. So that'll feed 850 people last year.
Wow.
Now, if this exceeds that, which we hope, maybe we can feed 1,000 people.
And that's the goal. And I want to make sure that people also understand, you guys don't just give this food out to anybody and everybody. You have a system and a structure in place, and they have to meet certain financial requirements. There are certain things that they have to be able to do to make sure that they're needy, so that you're not giving food to someone who may not necessarily
That's
need
right.
it.
That's exactly right. The people that come to us and receive our services deserve it.
Absolutely. So that's one of the reasons why we enjoy partnering with you for this, is because we understand that it's actually going to the people in our community that truly do have a need. And I know that a lot of them appreciate it. You and I have had conversations before where these people come back and then help volunteer.
That's right, they do.
And we've had, I can't even count how many times we've had people on the bus over the course of this week. There were several that I was here and got to have a conversation with where they brought 2 or 3 bags of food and made sure they told us that they have had to be a CCAP recipient in the past, and that they wish they could give more food this year, but they're just happy that they're able to give up their own food and give back to an organization that has helped them.
It's something that we've seen. A lot of the needy people are also some of the most generous people.
Yes.
They can have 2 cans of beans and they'll happily give one away to another needy person.
Oh yeah, and we've had a ton of that. Joe last year was manning the bus and had a gentleman that came up that appeared, and as tacky as this may sound, appeared to potentially be homeless.
Yes, and he came up and he had 50 cents and donated the 50 cents and said, "This is all I have, but I want to give back." I tried not to accept it, but he was determined to give it to me. So.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
Oh, it was awesome.
And we've had a lot of that. We had a gentleman yesterday morning that listens to Randy in the morning show every single day, lives in Wardensville, had never been to Front Royal before in his life, got in his car yesterday morning and drove over here from Wardensville to give us a $3 donation.
Isn't that something?
And it is amazing. And these are people that are coming from all over our listening area to help support you and the Front Royal Warren County community.
And like I said before, that $3.50 is worth as much as the $500 check.
Yes. And we always are overjoyed when we have people like the jail that was here earlier this morning and dropped off 1,500 pounds worth of food. Those are fabulous, and it certainly does help us fill the bus a little bit quicker. But I don't think people realize that 1 can at a time adds up to a whole lot of cans in the end.
If everybody in Front Royal and Warren County brought 1 can,
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking what, 20, 25,000 cans or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there was a thought about having a can line donation, but we thought we'd snarl up all the traffic in Front Royal, and it could have turned into an ugly thing. So.
Yes, well, we actually
We'll stick with this idea.
We're going to snag that idea, and we're going to take this whole next year to figure out how we can work. The parking lot here is perfect for that.
It is.
So we're thinking that we're going to figure out a way to do some sort of promotion where you just drive up, drop a can, and keep on going. A lot of people can do that here. It's been a little chilly sometimes, these last couple of days, and people have driven up literally and rolled down their window and handed us a bag and kept on going. So we try to make it as easy as possible for people to be able to bring things.
We're like a drive-through.
Yeah, or like a drive-through drop-off.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. So we are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we are going to talk more with Mr. Pat. He is the executive director for CCAP, and then we've got a couple of Boy Scout troops that are going to come chat with us and talk with us a little bit more about how they helped and why they did it, right here on a special edition of the Valley Today, Camping for Hunger Style. And a break.
Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
yes, sir.
Do you want to get...
You're giving the actual.
No, I've got it right here. There you go, sir.
Thank you, thank you.
You want to get a photo with the check?
If you don't have it, you
Got a minute?
Yeah.
Thank you. All right, guys. Who's going to come talk about what? Oh, look at everybody's pointing at you. Here you go. Come have a seat. Oh, okay, cool. I know, actually, I know you. Can I have your name, sir?
Hoss, H-O-S-S, Feldhauser, F-E-L-D-H-A-U-S-E-R.
Yes.
And what troop are you with?
52.
That's our live stream on Facebook and live broadcast.
We brought 650 pounds ourselves, and then the crew, which is part of us, contributed to part of that.
Okay.
And then the Pack 53, which is all part of our organization, brought in 59 pounds themselves.
Awesome. Okay, so what we're going to do when we come back from the break is I'm going to introduce you, have you tell us a little bit about Boy Scouts as, in general, and then just have you guys tell me how you got it. I'll ask you, so how in the world did you collect this much food? And you can talk about your food drive, how you got it, why you chose to bring it here instead of taking it somewhere else, that sort of thing. And then I'll say, so, and I understand you guys have another fundraiser on the horizon, and then you can tell me about tree sales and talk about all that. Is that good?
And if you don't mind, we're going to try to throw in a little bit about recruitment.
Phone call coming in the middle of a Facebook live stream. Yes.
Monday Night Football.
Well, yeah.
I like that.
I am all about football season. My team is finally winning. The sad part is they're winning because I've decided not to watch them. Every game I don't even turn on and watch, they win, and it kills me, the Ravens.
Oh, the Ravens.
Yes. Cowboys. I do like that new quarterback. But,
It was great meeting you. Good job, buddy.
all right, and how long will we have? Another 20 minutes?
No, we don't have 20 minutes for speaking to do, I'll tell you that.
I'm sitting there looking over this, and I'm like, I don't know if Lonnie and I are going to make it. Lonnie and I are going to make it. Maybe we sleep sideways.
Welcome back to our special extra edition of the Valley Today, Camping for Hunger Style. We are broadcasting live for an extra special hour today from 11 to 12 at the Camping for Hunger bus here in Royal Plaza. I am your host, Janet Michael. I've got some Boy Scouts and Boy Scout leaders, I guess I should say, sitting here. But first I want to say Gary Dennett came by. He plays in a local band called Shortness of Breath. I love the abbreviation. They call themselves the SOBs. He encourages all of his friends in the local music scene to contribute this year to a very worthy cause. So thank you, Gary, for coming out and bringing your donation. And we're hoping a whole bunch of other musicians come rolling up here. They all want to come drop off their food and play a little music for us this evening. That would be awesome. It's going to be a nice night.
Gary's been supporting us since day one.
Has he really?
Since the first year he's been donating.
See, this is why we have Joe. The idea for Camping for Hunger 8 years ago was Joe's. So he is the founder. He jokes that this is his firstborn.
Yes. I treat her well.
Yes, well, there are some days that we want to put him and this idea in timeout, but we all managed to get over it. I have got Haas Feldhauser here with Troop 52 and
Danny Cook.
So tell me a little bit about your Boy Scout troop.
Our troop is sponsored by the United Methodist Church here in Front Royal. We meet on Wednesday nights. Our troop is very active. We do an overnight trip about every month. We have a high adventure trip in June, and we have summer camp in July that we do every year.
Awesome.
We also have had scouts attend the National Jamboree, the National Order of the Arrow Jamboree, which is part of scouting. And we had seven boys and 2 leaders attend Philmont, which is a high adventure camp in New Mexico.
Wow. So you guys are pretty much spread out everywhere, and yeah, to say you're involved is a gross understatement.
The troop is very active, yes.
So you guys brought us a donation of, my notes say here, well over 650 pounds. How in the world did you collect that much food?
Yes, ma'am. Well, Boy Scouts in general does a food drive this time of the year, and it just happens to correlate with you all.
Yay!
And so all the troops, all the packs, and the venturing crews throughout all the United States does some type of food drive. And what we do is that we split the town up between all the troops and also the packs. And the week prior, we send out flyers letting everybody know we're collecting food. And then the week after that, we come by at 9 o'clock in the morning and we grab the food that's left out for us. And each year it's been getting a little bit better and better. And as the word gets around that we're doing these food drives, we get more food that's coming in.
Awesome. And these kids literally are going neighborhood to neighborhood, and they're running up on the front porches and they're picking up things that people have left out for them.
Yes, ma'am.
That is awesome.
Yes, ma'am.
And how was it that you decided this is where you wanted to bring your donations?
Well, in years past, we've done CCAP, we've done some other church groups, but when you guys came along and you know, kind of coincided with Boy Scouting because it's camping for food.
Yes.
And it was a nice little marriage with us being able to work with you guys and bring the food right here. It's for a really good cause.
Now, and this wasn't an effort by just a single troop. There was a bunch of smaller troops and scouts, and yeah, I don't know all of the terminology, but you were rattling off a list.
Yes, ma'am. Well, with our organization, with the Front Royal United Methodist Church, we're fortunate. We actually have a Boy Scout troop there, Troop 52. We have the Cub Scout Pack, which is Pack 53, and then we also have a venturing crew, which is co-ed, which is Crew 247. And we all kind of work together. The Pack did their own neighborhood, and the venturing crew and Troop 52 did their own neighborhood as well, and we were able to put everything together.
Awesome. Now, I want to give you guys a little bit of a shout out. Thank you. We totally appreciate the fact that you brought all of that to us and certainly helped us, you know, fill up a whole nother section of the bus. So I kind of want to return the favor because you guys have a fundraiser that you're doing for your troop coming up in just the next few weeks.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, we're going to be setting up tomorrow, but the
Already?
actual, yes, ma'am. The sales will begin on Black Friday, where our boys will be going out and harvesting the trees, and they'll be bringing right here to the same lot. We sell Christmas trees from Black Friday all the way until all the trees have been sold. And that is our primary fundraiser for the entire year. And that's what keeps us active. The monies that comes in for the fundraiser itself helps pay for what Hoss was talking about, the high adventure programs, the camping programs, and for all of our utilities and equipment that we have.
Now, you mentioned a second ago you go out and harvest the trees. So you're actually going out and getting them yourselves. You're not just buying them already cut from somebody at a discount.
That is correct. One of the special things about Troop 52 is that these kids learn how to plant the trees. They actually go up to Dr. Zunka's farm. They plant the trees themselves. They tend to the trees. They trim the trees, the whole 9 yards, and then we harvest those trees from his farm. And then what we're not able to get from his farm, we do purchase from another farm over in Berryville, and they do go out and they cut them themselves. They haul them up to the trailers and they bring them in.
I will guarantee you that a lot of people had no idea the involvement that these kids have from beginning to end in that.
Yes,
That is awesome.
The trees that we'll be selling this year, a young Boy Scout planted about 15 years ago.
That is so cool.
And the number of trees that we get from the tree farm with Dr. Zonka depends upon the weather 15 years ago.
That's true. Because there are some good years and bad years for trees.
If it was a drought 15 years ago, we get fewer trees. That's how it works. We've been selling trees. Our troop has sold Christmas trees since 1968.
Wow.
Dr. Ken Bouvard came up with the idea. We started selling trees down across the old town hall on Roll Avenue. That was a vacant lot. Now it's BB&T's ATM machine. But that's where we started selling trees. And then we moved down here to Royal Plaza Shopping Center. And we've been here for 35, 36 years.
So you're going to start setting up then tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
And trees will go on sale when?
They will go on sale Black Friday.
Awesome. So if anybody wants any more information, do you guys have like a website or a Facebook page? Any way they can find out?
We do have a Facebook page,
awesome.
and everything will be posted to that page, and then all of us will be posting it on our own individual pages as well. You'll be seeing signs up here in the community as you come into town.
Then replace the food drive signs with get your trees.
You got it. And most of it is by word of mouth, and of course by organizations like you guys and radio stations. And we appreciate anything that you all can do.
Absolutely, we appreciate you guys for helping. I appreciate you for coming and bringing all of those donations. It's been great. I see Dan standing here in the wings with Doug Stanley. So what is it, Dan?
No, we're just saying hi. We're doing a shout out.
Oh, is that so? All right. Well, thank you guys.
And if I could add just one more thing.
Absolutely.
Any parents or any grandparents or anybody who is guardian of a young scout or any kid, by all means bring them by here during the tree sales. We got several activities that we're going to be doing for the younger kids, and we're really trying to do a good recruitment drive for any child that is from the age of 5, any scout age 5 on up. We want to try to get them involved. And also for the young ladies. Boy Scouts is not just for boys.
You're right.
It is also for girls when it comes to venturing. 13 and a half years of age or 8th grade. come on in. We've got a very high adventure program that's going next year. We're talking about going to Wyoming. We want to try to get more and more kids involved with scouting, especially here in our local area.
Oh yeah, well my son was a Boy Scout, and I can tell you from experience, it's a great program, and it's really great to have them involved in something. Because what you find is these kids that end up getting into trouble and doing things that maybe aren't so great, it's because they didn't have another outlet. They didn't have a creative outlet. They didn't have that teamwork mentality. They didn't have that sort of thing, and Scouts completely and totally covers that. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Absolutely. So Doug Stanley came rolling up in here. He's our Warren County Administrator, and he had a big old trailer full of a bunch of boxes, full of a bunch of food.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think it is safe to say that the county has won the challenge against the town of Front Royal for food collections.
Well, that's excellent. The real winners, hopefully the recipients that get the food.
Absolutely. I do not doubt that at all. So here's my question to you, Doug. I came to you before we got all of this started and said, hey, really want the county to participate in some way. You did not blink an eye. You did not hesitate for a second. You said, what do you need me to do? Why?
Well, our employees love to give back to the community they work for, so it's a great opportunity for us to encourage that among our staff. And it's just one of the ways that we can make this a better place to live.
And you've been out to the bus. Have you gotten on the bus? Did you take a look?
We actually were going these 4 big bins of food, and they had us put that out in front because they're running out of room on the bus, which is a good thing.
It is exactly what we want to happen. Lonnie, I think, is spending the night on the bus tonight. And from what I was told this morning from Joe and Kathy, he has kind of already resigned himself to the fact that he's going to have to sleep in the parking lot tonight because there isn't going to be enough room.
So next year there might have to be 2 buses.
Well, the county owns this one, so if you could hook us up
so
again,
yeah,
that'd be great.
could you get us could you get us a bus that has heat and electrical blanket outlets? Because I slept on this bus Tuesday night and it was really, really cold.
Well, buses really aren't made for sleep.
Well, yeah, there is.
They're not made to haul all this food either.
That is exactly right, and that's going to be the great part. I mean, when this bus is full and we take it over, the old middle school, I assume you had something to do with that, them being able to store things there at the old middle school.
Yes, and part of the old 15th Street School, we've been able to make space available for CCAP to be able to store. Obviously, they'll be able to get all this food and they'll give it out over the next number of months, and you've got to have a place to store it.
Yep. Absolutely, and they have their location. Yeah, they have their location at 316 North Royal, but it's a fairly small space. They do have a pantry there, and that's where people come Monday through Friday, 9 to noon, to pick things up and to take donations and drop things off. But yeah, this is a lot of food, so they had to have somewhere else a little bit bigger to store it and kind of funnel it back over to their food.
Next year it'll be stuff and tractor trailer, I guess. Maybe that'll be better.
Ah.
Building up.
Hey, there you go. We can have a pod. Yeah, so there you go.
We'll use the bus to sleep.
And if
then
I'm
we'll
not
fill the
mistaken,
tractor
didn't I just hear Doug say he'd spend the night?
I think that's what I heard.
I think that's right.
It's on the live stream too, I believe,
Yeah,
right?
see, we're Facebook live streaming as well, so everybody's got it on video 9 ways to Sunday.
So we'll have to get whether Joe or whoever's the town will have to have a night.
Chief may be involved.
Yeah, I think that is
Sheriff,
it.
yeah, get them all.
I think
Chief's here, we can have a bonfire. So
that's true. We can do it and know that we're doing it in a safe manner. So thank you. I appreciate that you guys have stepped in and stepped up with all of your food donations. We did get the donations from the town this morning, and I can tell you just from a visual perspective, you won by a landslide. So kudos to Warren County residents. We really appreciate you guys coming out and all of your staff. I'm sure that a lot of that came from them because they like to get back.
And some citizens that came in and brought stuff in, and I think again, lots of different people collecting food, Boy Scouts, all these different groups. It's great. We're all helping a great cause at CCAP, and the people of the community that need help. Front Royal Rotary Club, and I'm getting ready to leave in a few minutes to go to a Rotary meeting, but we do our Doc Smith Christmas baskets as well. So there's lots of good organizations in this community that help those who are a little bit less fortunate, and it's one of the things that makes Front Royal Warren County a great place to live.
It really is, and you may not even be aware of this because you brought yours that you were collecting there at the government center. However, I've been told that there are several fire departments that are going to be bringing donations, and some of the schools are going to be bringing donations, with the caveat that the county got credit for it.
There you go.
So you've actually collected more than you even thought you did.
That's excellent.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Doug, for coming and hanging
No
out
problem.
with us. I really appreciate it.
We're already looking forward to next year.
Yes, and I will see you Monday because you're going to be my guest on the Valley today when we go back to normal time at the station.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you so much. So I'm going to give a holler to Sandy Schwab, who's standing here completely in shock that she had no idea she was going to come be on the radio.
Because I took it speak.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Sandy is one of our Warren County residents, and I am fairly certain she came out here with a giant bag full of food.
Well, what?
Yeah.
Well, I came to see my friend Janet to wish her a happy Thanksgiving, but I'm sure I could work something out.
Absolutely. Now, you're involved with German Shepherd Rescue.
Yes.
So you get the whole giving back and trying to help other people, even if it's dogs, even if it's anything else.
Exactly. And I know, besides the German Shepherd Rescue, the Humane Society here in Warren County is terrific, and they do a lot of fundraisers during the year. Our big fundraiser for the German Shepherd Rescue was a golf tournament we had about a month ago at the Blue Ridge Shadows.
Another great partner for the station.
Absolutely. And yes, absolutely. And fundraising and getting people to call to action is always very difficult, and it's gratifying when it works out.
Yeah, so did you get a chance to pop your head on the bus and see how full it was?
No, I came over to see you and also to find out if the blue screen of death had been fixed from this morning's debacle.
I'm going to go with no. We have laptops now, so.
Yeah, I got here and everything was kind of in somewhat of a disarray, but we go on. I mean, that's the cool thing about, you know, and it's very similar to what a lot of these people that are having to go to CCAP for services are. You still got to get up in the morning and you still got to move forward.
The people driving by are whistling at me. I just wanted to throw that out there before we
I'm pretty sure it's not you they're whistling
at you. Well, at least this is Warren County, not New York, because New York would do a whole.
Oh yeah, that'd be a whole nother thing.
And I'm from New York, so I can say that.
Well, we are going to take another quick break, and we come back, we're going to talk some more with Mr. Pat from CCAP right here on a special edition of The Valley Today, Camping for Hunger Style.
Do we have a hot mic? Because I don't want to get in trouble. Oh, I'm sorry. I called you and then I
know, and I came through our Facebook live streaming. Thank you, dear.
I don't think I can steal you away. Come,
no.
Mr.
Maybe
Pat,
this
Mr.
afternoon.
Pat. Are you Mr. Pat?
He is.
All right. He told me he liked my hair, so I'm gonna do
Okay,
I
great.
hear you on the radio.
All right, so this is our last break.
Yeah, we'll have about 20 minutes again.
Okay, so we'll have about another 20 minutes.
We can throw Alex on. It's his first year being involved.
Sure. I just want
he
to.
hits back
I
on.
want to give you a hug. I have to go home and pack, so I don't know if
Oh, that's fine.
Alex, you're here.
Oh, my
When I get back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Pat, you
You
come
look
on this
fabulous.
side.
You like my hair, Mr. Pat? Do you like my hair?
Oh,
I know.
yes.
He said
Well,
you
once you got out of the sun, I could see it.
have a
All right, my dear.
wonderful
Thank you,
holiday.
too.
Sorry.
Give
And
Steve a hug and a kiss for
I
me.
will absolutely.
Okay.
You take care. Good luck.
What's in the box?
What's in the box,
What's
Mr.
in the
Pat?
box? You want to
Surprise!
tell anyone?
Uh-oh, Mr. Pat has a box, and we're not sure what's in, what is going on with that as I walk up to the, and get rid of, there we go.
Can't look at it.
We're going to have to do the legal live.
Okay.
So you can say whatever you want to say, but as long as you get that in.
All right, at the beginning?
No. When I do this.
Can you just,
when I do this.
why don't you just do it?
That's fine.
Because you got a mic. Come on, dude.
All right, when I do this, we'll have a minute.
Okay.
Oh, we should have had the troop numbers.
I've got some of them. That's what I'm going to come back with. It's,
Okay.
it's a list of some of the people that have gone above and beyond and what they've done. And then Alex's first experience on the bus.
It's alright. I've been here for like 24 hours at this point. I'm at peace with my fate.
And you're here for another one.
And Alex has one more night on the bus. So 3 nights you spent this week?
This will be my third night.
Yeah, so you're feeling pretty good because that used to be you, only it was 5 nights.
Yeah. That's why we brought him in this week.
They wouldn't let me stay more than 3.
Absolutely. And over in the shadows is our news director, Lita Robinson. Say hey. Hey. And Kathy, so very carefully, is staying out of camera range and just.
So Joe, I talk here, right?
Yes.
Yes, you get right up on the
And
mic to
You
talk.
pop your peas. Patty's
Popcorn.
popping peas in her potato can.
Popeyes, pickled peppers, please.
So yeah, this is what it's like on a regular basis at the station. It's just complete organized. I can't even say organized chaos because most of the time it's not even organized. But we have a good
We
time.
wing it. It's fun.
We do.
What do we do live?
Yeah. All right.
Working's all happy.
Yes. How much time do we
Right
have?
after we're done with you, you have to head back up there to start the valley today. I won't have enough time to finish this and go up there.
Okay, so I'm pushing the red button.
Yes. And then I'll come up about 12:30.
Did
Once
songs
she
get recorded?
starts, yes. Once she starts her valley today, we'll switch and come back down here.
Okay.
I'll have a ton of production stuff.
Okay, so I'm going down after Valley today.
After Lita's done with news, I'll come up there because she can do the board for her by herself. So.
It's just one person today. It should be easy. I can do it.
Remember, Janet, the red knobs, the mic volume.
This is
Stop changing up my little... Hello and welcome back to a special edition of The Valley Today, Camping for Hunger Style. I'm your host, Janet Michael, and we have been broadcasting for this last hour here at the Camping for Hunger bus at Royal Plaza. We've had a ton of people coming through talking about CCAP and why they've given and how much they've given, and we are so incredibly grateful for everybody who has already been by the bus, and there is still time. Get out here, give us a can, give us 2 cans, 10 cans, 1,000 cans. We need anything and everything that you can do so we can fill this bus and then some. Want to give a shout out thank you to several of our partners for this whole process. Royal Plaza Shopping Center has given us the space. They have loaned us power. CenturyLink has hooked us up with internet so that we can be live on the air. Warren County Fire and Rescue, gotta love Chief Maybe, loaning us his school bus. I don't even want to know why he owns a school bus, but we're not going to get into that. Papa John's has given us pizzas every single day to feed the volunteers who come in. And those volunteers, Front Royal Christian Schools Community and Career Class, have been here every single afternoon, taking those bags of cans, putting them in the boxes, getting them stacked up and organized on the bus. The police department has done a few extra drive-thrus to make sure that we're safe when we're here overnight at 2 in the morning. Fitness Evolution has graciously loaned us the key to their building so that if we had a last-minute bathroom run to make, we would be able to do that. Marlowe Motors, Auto Care Clinic, Heritage Hall, Warren County Administrator's Office, all of these places have been collecting food. We have not yet gotten the collections from Marlowe Motors. They're filling a Ram truck.
They usually show up this afternoon.
So they'll be bringing those over this afternoon. The Auto Care Clinic, Heritage Hall, they're going to be bringing theirs. So it's going to be a busy afternoon. So if you want to see what the bus looks like when it's almost brimming, then you want to come down here this afternoon and see that. North Fork Resort, and I don't know if you know this, Mr. Pat, they came on Monday, brought us 23 cases of canned goods and a check for $1,200 that they designated from their bingo proceeds.
I can't thank them enough for that. That is huge.
Yeah. They challenged all the other bingo associations to try and match, and we've had a lot of that. Shirley Traster came out and made a donation and challenged other retired Warren County school people. We had a nurse come from Warren County Memorial Hospital, and they challenged other employees to do it. We've had so many Boy Scouts that have come out, Troop 4, Troop 52, Venture Crew 247. We had Pack 53. We had Girl Scouts, as I'm trying to read on my hand and it's faded, 40045 and 40039 come out. Skanks donated 540 pounds worth of food yesterday. It is on Lonnie's truck because we couldn't even get it to the bus.
That's wonderful. That is just wonderful.
And of course, Suckerman's Metal, they let us come down and weigh.
Yes, they let Lonnie weigh his truck before and after, so we had an accurate weight and measurement. Front Royal Christian School, in addition to sending us kids, donated 867 pounds. Our 6th grade class collected more than anybody else in the school. So Alex, hearing all these numbers, this is your first year full-on Camping for Hunger bus style. You've slept on the bus now 2 nights, with tonight being your last night. What do you think about this whole thing?
It's a good cause. I don't really keep track of the numbers. That's your department, Janet. I just, I'm here to lift things up and put them down on the bus.
Oh, well, you've done a fabulous job.
You're the brains, I'm the brawn.
Oh, well, I don't often get...
And if you're watching the live stream,
yeah, if you're watching the live stream, you can see how funny that is and why Joe is cracking up laughing about it. But you've really been helpful. I mean, you have done a ton of stuff. You also help us run the boards and that sort of thing. What was it like sleeping on the bus for the very first time?
It wasn't too bad. I was in Boy Scouts from Tiger Cub all the way up through Eagle Scout. So I was no stranger to camping. So sleeping on a bus is kind of a luxury for me. And as I said, I never.
He brought a hammock this week too. He wanted to string it between the windows and hang in a hammock.
I'm still working out how to make I'm gonna make the hammock work. Mark my words. I'm gonna
yes.
before Camping for Hunger ends, we're gonna get a picture of me in that hammock.
Oh, there you go. There's the challenge. And so, yeah, if anybody has any suggestions for how Alex should make that work, you can always post it in the comment section of the Facebook live stream, because we're live streaming on Facebook right now, along with being live on the air.
Bring in Andrew too here.
Yeah, I'm looking across the parking lot at Andrew,
Do you want me to work it out?
and I'm going to bring him on over to chat with us, because Andrew is he is our grand poobah.
She said poo on the radio.
I didn't think you could say that.
Andrew Shear is the owner of the River 953
He's the president and CEO.
He's the grand poobah.
There's that poo again on the radio.
His wife's in charge.
So here's what I want to know. Joe comes up with this idea 8 years ago. And you said, what are you, crazy? Or you said, oh my gosh, that's a great idea.
I said basically, this is something that we're going to run with, and we're going to run with it for a long time. I thought it was one of the best local radio ideas. Now, it wasn't even a promotion. I'm not looking at it as a promotion. I'm looking at this as a community give-back serving event. And anybody who knows me knows I'm about serving.
Yes.
And I thought it was one of the most brilliant things I'd heard in a long time.
And you have been here, and you have slept on the bus.
2 nights in a row. Every year I get 2 nights. It's usually Wednesday and Thursday. And every year, except for this year, we have at least one night when it's below 20.
I was on Facebook this morning. They have the memory flashback thing.
Yeah.
2 years ago, it was 12 degrees.
Okay, then I'm going to quit complaining about the 43 degrees. I think
your
it was
wine and
Tuesday
woman.
night. I can. It's ingrained into every fiber of my being.
And it's fun because they all make fun of me because I sleep on the floor of the bus. It's like it's yes.
Well, that's how when we first started.
But there are holes in the floor of that bus where the seats used to be, and there's air that comes up through those holes.
Here's the deal. Part of this is for my own reminder of how well and lucky I am. That there are people who don't have access to a warm bed. They don't have access to warm food. They don't have access to what we have normally. And then you throw the hunger aspect on top of that. And 1 in 4 children are going to go to bed hungry then. That's unconscionable to me. But I have 2 young kids, and I want to thank my Lord that that's not where I am. But I want to remember what these people go through.
And we all commend you. And I think you knowing that and reiterating that to us as staff is what makes us love doing it ourselves. I mean, I mentioned earlier when we were talking about all of us have taken a turn sleeping on the bus. We've all spent countless hours down here collecting food and out and about and doing things. And not a one of us has complained because we get it. And I think that's because you've instilled that in us, kind of like our dad.
Well, I just wait till I get to paddle out later.
Thank you, Daddy.
Yes, thank you, Daddy.
And by the way, I will say this publicly on the record that there's no better cuddle buddy than Joe Woodall.
Oh, gross. Gross.
I think I'm never cold. I missed having it this year. I only had it. He was with one night.
All right, so Mr. Pat came over and he popped down this box and he tells us that it was a surprise and he couldn't tell us what was in it. Now he's taken the lid off. So for those of you watching on the Facebook live stream, it looks like we've got quite a box of goodies here.
Oh. We've got a box of hats and shirts to you all that have done all this wonderful work. Pick one out that you want, and it's yours to keep.
Awesome.
Very kind.
Okay.
Very kind.
That is amazing.
Being a bald man, people know I love my hats.
Yes.
You would do good in pink.
Yes.
I embrace the pink.
And it matches his shirt.
I have a pink shirt and tie.
That's you.
Thank you. Thank you
There
very
you
much.
go. That is awesome. So, Mr. Pat, tell me again, let's make sure everybody knows. 316 North Royal is where you're located. People can drop off donations when?
Excuse me, Monday through Friday, 9 to noon, 5 days a week. It's in the basement of the St. Luke's free medical clinic.
So if somebody is in need of your services, how does that work? Do they call? Do they come in? What kind of process do they have to go through if they need your help?
If they need our help, just show up between 9 and noon and they'll get our help.
And then what does that usually look like? I mean, you run the gamut of different things that you're able to offer back to our community.
Well, depending on their needs, which there are all kinds of needs. If they're hungry, we can give them food. If they're cold, we can give them clothing. This year we took in an enormous amount of winter coats.
Oh, great.
Gloves, hats. So if you're hearing this right now, feel free to come out.
So people, and I came by personally, cleaned out my closet. My kids moved off to North Carolina, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity to retake back his bedroom. So I went through and cleaned out a bunch of stuff. Obviously, you're not taking summer things right now.
No, not right now. We just have to store them all winter long.
So I gotta keep that bikini in my car?
Yes,
Yeah.
please do. Please do.
Take that back to Delaware.
Yes, take it back with you.
And don't show us that picture again.
Yeah. So hats, coats, gloves, scarves, warm clothing,
Absolutely.
obviously in good condition, washed and clean.
Yes, please wash them.
Yes, blankets.
Blankets are, bad need for blankets also.
Now, from a food donation perspective, what is the one thing that people tend to forget that you wish they would remember to bring when they're buying things to make donations?
Oh gosh.
Oh, well, let me ask you, do you do diapers?
We bad needed diapers.
Okay, we did have somebody that had called and asked about
Diapers, baby food, formula. Anything you could imagine you need to sustain your life.
And we've talked about that several times over the last couple of days. You know, the big thing is the personal hygiene items. We all remember food drive. We think food. We're walking through the grocery aisle and we're picking up green beans and we're picking up macaroni and cheese and we're picking up all this food. But we forget soap, deodorant, toothpaste, toothbrushes.
Even the baby food. People
And
forget.
baby food.
You know, you think food drive, you think of Thanksgiving stuff because it's the week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So, you know, those things are definitely.
And we've got a ton of that on the bus, so we're doing, I think we're hands and feet over what we were last year from personal
There's
hygiene
quite
items.
a great mix of everything on that bus right now. It's incredible.
So what was your thought? Because you were here earlier in the week when the bus was not so full, and then you came back this morning and have had a chance to
I've
peek
been
in.
here a couple times, and yesterday I thought, yep, they're going to be in the parking lot here for too long.
And that was before the regional jail came this morning, Andrew, and brought us 1,500 pounds of food that they collected in-house at the regional jail out on 522.
The appreciation, I can't express the appreciation level that we have and what we can do with that.
Yeah, if people are offering, we're not even having to ask necessarily. This morning when the guys were here from the jail, they brought enough people that they worked a chain and unloaded it all themselves. They didn't want us to have to deal with any of that. I joked with one of the officers and said, you big strong guys, are you busy tomorrow morning? We need somebody to help us unload this bus.
Yes.
Deputy Superintendent Russell Gilkison. And he said, how many do you need and what time? He's going to send some inmates out in the morning to help us unload this bus. Didn't even...
Outstanding.
And absolutely jumped right on the opportunity, and everybody has. When we start kicking this off, we get businesses that are calling.
It's to the point now where it kind of runs itself.
Yeah.
You know, you make a phone call and say, hey, we're doing it again, and everybody's on board. So
Yeah.
it's grown over the last 8 years, especially in the business people want to collect. And they start collecting in early November, the end of October.
Yep. And they understand.
You want to know what our anxiety level is every year? It's one thing that causes anxiety. Whether or not the bus is going to get
start.
here. Yeah. That's the one thing. Everything else, Joe said it runs itself. People have embraced this project. We may be the ones who kind of
channel it.
We channel it, but this really is a community effort. It's a community project. Right down to the folks who are kind enough to bring us coffee at 9 o'clock at night to keep our feet warm.
Yeah. I love those people. They're my people. They are my kind of people.
But this bus, it's a line from the movie Over the Hedge. Don't get rid of this bus.
Yes. Well, and it is. I mean, Bill Long, he's a longtime advertiser, huge, supporter of the station, immediately jumped on and said, I'm going to do collections out at my place for people that may not come across the bridges. And he's offering $10 off a future service at his place to encourage people to please bring something here and drop it off.
Yeah, Bill's great. I mean, sponsor of the morning show, and people like him and businesses within the community that help give the word out as well. They have boxes in their stores. So it's over the last 8 years, it's grown huge.
When is Cans Across the Campus here?
Shenandoah University collects every year, and they're coming Michigan 3 today.
Okay.
They usually bring at least 1,000 pounds worth of stuff.
So we may need your truck and Lonnie's truck and everybody else's to get the bus plus.
And they've been doing that since the first year.
Yeah.
So we've had a lot of people within the community who have supported us since the first year.
And that
We're
was
getting there.
yeah, and it's amazing. I mean, I came into it last year kind of as a volunteer, so to speak. I wasn't really employed by the station. So I got to do the fun stuff. I got to just come. I got to be the one to bring coffee and hang out and do all of that kind of stuff. And this year, a little more involved, you really do feel a whole lot more connected to it.
I mean, look at it now. There's cars backing up because people are dropping off and people are blowing their horns as
Yeah,
they're
and we've
going
got,
by.
8, 9, 10 boxes lined up along the front of the bus
Throw it,
that haven't
Kathy.
even made it onto the bus
Load
yet.
those boxes.
And behind the bus, there's 15 cases of water.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. We get a lot of people bring cases of water. That's the other thing. You can never have enough of that.
And if you get a lot of personal satisfaction donating all this food, something else that would really make you feel good is if you could become a volunteer for CCAP.
Absolutely.
We are in dire straits on volunteers. Our volunteers are aging. Some of them have been doing this 10, 15 years. They're getting tired. They're 80 years old. They want to say, time's up.
They want to switch and just bring things and drop them off now.
All we're asking for is if you could donate 4 hours, 1 day a month, between 9 and 1 a.m. You take the day.
PM.
PM.
9 and 1 a.m. I don't think anybody wants to come out at 1 a.m.
I wouldn't do that either.
I'll take that midnight shift.
Yeah.
But we badly need volunteers. I can't stress that enough.
And you don't have to have necessarily any special skill set other than you want to give back and do something good for your community.
If you can help somebody pick out some clothes, if you can help someone hold the bag while they put their groceries in it, we need interviewers that if you like to talk to people and help them out with their problems, we will train you how to do that. We're in bad need of interviewers. They're very compassionate people and feel for the people, the clients coming in.
And that's the key. I mean, you just have to understand the plight of someone else, have empathy with them, and be able to ask the right
This
questions.
whole thing you're doing and we're doing is all about compassion.
Absolutely, and we've seen such an outpouring of compassion. We've talked earlier about the different types of people that have come through. We've had gentlemen that have come in and they've just brought a can and said, "I'm really sorry, this is all I have," and you just want to hug them and say, "This is more than enough."
Those are the things that choke me up.
Yeah, that was yes.
Look at Aiden. How
And
old was he?
Aiden Atwood.
12 years old.
12 years old.
And he's already doing this.
Yeah, Andrew, you weren't here yet earlier. Aiden Atwood, 12-year-old kid, planted himself a vegetable garden in the spring, took care of it all season long along with his dad, and then set up a fruit stand or a vegetable stand in his front yard and sold everything that he grew, raised $650, $325 went in his college bank account, and he met us at our board meeting Monday with his parents and donated $325 to CCAP. Yeah, I know. And Mr.
So
Benson, you're going to have to ask him the questions because I'm not going to be able to get through it.
I've told other people about that, and I start to choke up just thinking about it.
Well, and, you know, we have a news department. Andrew talked earlier about community, and your goal always for a news department has been community news. So there's a lot of crap going on in the world, nationally and across the country. It's not always that great. Our goal here is to make people see how great it is right here where we're at.
Well, people want to hear that type of stuff.
Yes.
They want to hear good news. They want to hear their communities alive and well and thriving, and the neighbor helps neighbor. They want to hear that. The reason they don't is because nobody offers it.
Yes.
I'd like to think that we've given them something to be hopeful about and an offering that goes beyond the rapes and murders and fires and pillages of the world.
Yes. And I think that's one of the great things that I loved about the news department. It's not about who got stabbed, who got murdered, who got what. It's about, look at the community coming together for this. Look at this fundraiser. Look at, you know, how much poundage of food we've raised camping for hunger. And that's kind of what it's all about, is giving people the good news. When they have good news, they get happy and then they want to give, and it all comes full circle.
It's the season, too.
Are you gonna make me sing?
Yeah. Oh, no. Please don't let him sing.
No,
That's worse than the bikini picture.
But we have to keep that feeling going year round. It's just, it kind of gets to me sometimes. People get the good feeling at the holidays, and then January 1st it kind of goes away.
Yes. Or they forget about it in April, in June, in August, and the need is just as great all year long.
Same all year long.
Being a volunteer for CCAP would help you maintain that 52 weeks of the year, that opportunity to have that feeling of community and giving back. Or if it's not CCAP, it's an organization. It's got to be something.
Yes.
Because people do have control over how they interact with others.
Yeah.
People don't understand how much control they have over how they impact others in others' lives.
Yeah. And we've had a stream in here just in this last hour, the Front Royal Moose Club. You know, there's a group of people that's what their goal is to give back and make their community better. We had how many Boy Scouts sitting in here, and that's their goal, is to give back and make their community better. Doug Stanley's a member of Rotary and the county administrator. He gets it. He absolutely wants to give back and make the community that he lives in better. That's the whole point.
That is right.
And then we have Sparky. I keep going on about Sparky because he is the true epitome of what you're saying. When he came Tuesday night and dropped that food off, he was adamant that I not talk about his business. This was not an advertisement for him. He did not want his phone number. He didn't want any of that done. He was doing this because everybody should do this. And if he did it, then maybe they would do it as well.
But you know what? Sorry, Sparky, if we don't tell people who the people are who are contributing, other people think of you as nameless, faceless entities that float around there and not the real person that you are.
Absolutely.
We talked about him earlier. Bill Long just pulled up from the auto care clinic.
Has a whole back car full of canned goods and items.
As well as a check that he handed over to CCAP.
Yeah, and there have been plenty of those. We've had businesses. Gene Plogger came by last night, wrote us a very nice check for you on behalf of the CCAP. We've had several other businesses that have brought checks from $25 to $1,000. So I'm in awe. I'm so glad that the bus is getting full. We are about to wrap up our very special edition of the Valley Today Camping for Hunger Style. We'll be back for the regular Valley Today at 12:30. Karen Poff is going to be my guest. She is the Senior Extension Agent with the Northern Shenandoah Valley Financial Education Program, so she may help some of those people before they have to get to you, showing them how to put their budgets and that sort of thing together. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Mr. Pat. Thank you, Andrew. And thank you to everybody who has brought something by, dropped it off, and for everybody who's on their way out here right now to bring something by and drop it off for Camping.
We have to do the legal stuff.
Oh, you do the legal stuff.
I know. You're listening to WZRV, Front Royal, Winchester, the river, 95.
I didn't really think I could do it.
You can talk for an hour.
I didn't really think I could do it.
You did too.
Check her batteries. I don't think they're worn. The remote's worn down.
She'll recharge.
I'll go recharge with my McDonald's cup. Yeah.
Thank you for my headgear.
Thank you for all you get Lita down here. She's got 5 minutes.
All right, where'd Lita go?
She's in there driving the bus.
So she's got 5 minutes.
Hey, Kathy, you make sure they get the check so we can add it to our total. Because I know he handed one to the CCAP lady. I don't know what the moose. The moose lodge. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We are more blessed than we realize. Just once we make the realization, we understand.
And we are off the air. Well, not off the air, literally, but we're off the Facebook air. Thank you all for watching. Share this with your friends and get out here and bring us some canned goods.